car. The boarding door closes for our flight at 7:45 and the drop-off time says like 7:38.
Good morning.
Good
is this going to be
morning.
in your way?
Always.
Good morning. It is 10:48 a.m. and we are not as early as I'd like to be for an 11 a.m. audition, but we're really close to the studio. You could honestly drop me off and I could run in and you could park. Anyway, I'm feeling pretty good. Actually well rested. Wouldn't you agree? I'm not a zombie as I thought I was going to be.
Yeah, I thought we were going to get to bed a lot later. I think we were like falling asleep and in bed by like 1 a.m., which sounds awful.
No, it doesn't. 1 a.m. here. It was 4 a.m. in our brains. Anyway, I'm actually feeling pretty good today.
Yeah.
I was gonna put this up and tell you like what to expect about the day. But to be completely honest with you, I have no idea what's going on today.
Yeah, I feel like it's going to be completely different from what we just did in New York.
The auditions in LA versus New York have been kind of in like a different order. And so the New York and LA auditions have been looking a little bit different in just like the order in which we run things, and so I don't really know what we're gonna do. I think today these are people with like agency appointments, but then that I don't know when we're gonna dance people or if the dancing is first and then we're gonna see them sing and read. I sort of think that.
I think that too, honestly.
I think everybody's gonna show up right now and then we're all gonna dance.
I feel like we're gonna dance twice.
Like a round of dance and then a round of appointments and then new people, round of dance, round of appointments.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll let you know if today just meets our expectations. We got back to California in the dry desert and my lips have just like immediately crusted over.
Pretty.
Yeah, how much more do you want to know?
Never been to Screenland. We've been to every studio.
All right, LA auditions, day 2, baby. Day 2?
Technically.
There's also been other days going on that we aren't involved in.
Day 2 for us.
Day 2 for us. Let's get it. Hey, it's me from editing. I'm having a bronzer malfunction in this video. But fear not, I do rectify that situation before going into the audition. Just didn't want you to worry about me. I got it taken care of, okay? Okay? Kind of embarrassing, okay? We're gonna forget about it. Austin has to repark because we parked in the wrong place, but I'm headed in. Yay.
So that's like the dynamic that you want to go for. I'll kind of point out like when those dynamics go up. So think about that as we're learning it. You're going to take 2 steps starting with the right foot, just like recentering yourself. Don't think of it as like super crazy choreography.
I'm good, thank you.
We just got done teaching the first round of dance for the morning. We saw everybody dance and move. It was great. Everyone did fabulous. And now Mare is teaching the second round of dance. I am taking a pen potty break. I'm gonna go let Penny out real quick. And by the time I get back, we should be good to see round 2.
Yes. Can you go over the left, shift, left, right, left, go. Gotta do this side. Hey, gotta show you. It's a little halftime speed. Yeah. And then immediately to right, left. Yes. That'll help you.
That looks great though, guys. Have fun with it.
All right, here we go.
This looks good. Just a couple. We want to see go one more time. Okay, that's fine. Hey, it's me from editing. If you were sitting there thinking, wow, that was one rowdy audition room, you would be correct. And no, it is not always like that. That was literally like the most encouraging, uplifting, beautiful room full of people that were just so excited to be there and have fun. It's not always like that, but when it is so fun. We said in the first video, our goal is to always make a space where people feel comfortable, you know, in a room of people that are fighting for the same spots. It is just so cool and encouraging when everybody can come together and just cheer for one another, build each other up. What a blessing.
Just doing my skincare routine. What a week.
What a week. I am tired.
We did 5 back-to-back days of auditions.
And one semi-red-eye flight in between. To fill you in on what happened today, this is the second round of auditions we've been involved in here in LA. I think they've been like singing and reading other people with the music director, but today we saw a lot of people. We had 2 groups and we did 2 rounds with each group. It was new people, so we did the combo that we taught the last group, and then made some cuts and then taught another combo that we haven't taught to anybody yet. It's like a callback combo we've never used, and it was so fun. It was like the more like quirky number.
Yeah, seeing it on like a big group of people
was so
cool.
fun.
Made me
and
so excited.
Everybody had such a good time with it and made such like silly choices. I feel more inspired than ever to absolutely choreograph a freaking musical. Like now that we've seen some of the talent we're gonna work with and like people coming alive in their characters and in the choreography and everything, it has made me so inspired to like actually get into the work of bringing this thing to life.
And we had like a really good session with the director in New York, like logistic wise, and it just made me feel a lot better too.
We've really like taken a bunch of notes on our script. We've gone through the material with Abby. Obviously we're gonna do so much more work, but the work that we have done is making me so excited.
Now it's time to like actually build it.
This is the dream, fam. Hey, it's Editing Mare. I am here to fill in some blanks for you. So after these auditions, we had a couple of weeks before final callbacks, and that is basically when we choreographed like the bulk of the entire musical. And truly, nothing could have prepared us to understand just how much work that was going to be. Looking back, I honestly can't even believe we did it. And did it that quickly. And truly the most difficult thing and the biggest learning curve for us was the props. Waitress involves a ton of baking scenes. So every single day I would go into our kitchen and I would gather all of my baking things, all my mixing bowls, all my spatulas, everything, and I would take it out to the studio and I would really just start like playing around. A lot of the initial days were really just workshopping how to incorporate things like mixing and kneading and sprinkling and all of these baking acts into choreography, which was such an awesome creative challenge, but such a challenge and learning curve.
Another challenge that we didn't really think of right away was the fact that some of the people had to wear like fake pregnant bellies for the numbers. And believe it or not, that's not something that we have like
just laying around
the house. And so when we were doing those numbers, we had to like guess
like
the weight shift of the belly, how much space it would take up and stuff like that.
Because really the weight shift and the balance of it and how you walk is all so different. It's really something.
It is something.
Especially us.
Knock, knock, knock. Who's there? Who's there? Knock, knock, who?
Yeah. Just the sheer amount of choreography in a musical is absolutely mind-blowingly more than you think. Like every single time somebody picks up a fork or pours a cup of coffee, or anytime somebody's sitting at a booth in the background, even doing any kind of like mundane timed movement, like every inch of that is choreo. And then that quickly turns into every 30 seconds of choreography being like an hour of choreography, because you've got 8 different people doing 8 different things and you have to choreograph each person's individual 30 seconds. It is so much choreography.
It got to the point where every free second we had, like just doing random things around the house, became making up like even 5 seconds of choreography. In between doing laundry or waiting for something to bake in the oven for dinner.
If we had time to even think of a 5, 6, 7, 8, we were going to sit there and think of that 5, 6, 7, 8 in that free 5 minutes. And because the show was so prop heavy, a lot of it was guesswork. Like not only are you having to incorporate things like mixing bowls and spatulas, but also real actual ingredients ingredients, like actual sugar, butter, flour, chocolate, whipped cream, pie slices. So obviously a lot of that is guesswork because I can't take like dough and eggs out to my studio every day and just throw them around. We still tried to fill in the blanks even if we didn't have a prop or didn't have an ingredient or something. And we would use folders as menus, and we have forks and knives, and we would use everything we can because I would much rather show up on the day and change something than just think of something and conjure it up on the spot. I think a lot of choreographers work like that, where they wait to get in the room with performers and they kind of make it up on them. But we are not those people. No.
Couldn't be us.
Could not be us. We viciously over-prepare and then just change things when they inevitably don't work out. You know, once you get in the room and you're actually holding the props and you're seeing how far one set piece is to the other, stuff's gonna change because you're just guessing at home and nothing's gonna actually feel the same. You're gonna have to cater it to your performer, to your set once you get there. But in our opinion, it's way easier to change material you already have than to make up material that doesn't exist. So that's what we did. Back to final callbacks. Last day of LA Waitress auditions, which means we are wrapped for all of our waitress auditions anywhere. Today is the last
Maine,
day of it.
everywhere.
I'm so excited about that because now we can get into like the meat of doing the show, and we leave for Maine tomorrow.
That's insane.
And the show is not finished being choreographed yet. We're gonna get there though, it's gonna be great. The audition process has been so fun, but also so exhausting because it's such long days. I loved it, but I'm down for it to be done. I'm also so excited to, like, after we watch all the final callbacks, seeing your final cast laid out on the table is so exciting. It's final callbacks, so like producers there, like artistic directors there, we're there, casting's there, everybody's in the room today, so it'll be really, really fun. And we're turning in right now. I also have a different haircut than the last time you saw me. Just my little bob. Let's have a great last day.
Let's do it.
Pleasure working with you, sir, as usual. We also aren't dancing today, that's why we're wearing regular people clothes. We're already done with all the dancing bits, so.
Watch us be like, can you dance this person?
No, I know. That probably will happen. Do I have mascara on my eyelids? Or am I good? Okay.
You look flawless.
Thanks, babes. People are gonna be like, why are those two nerds filming in their car? Let's go in. Side note from the editor, when we went in for these final callbacks, we had like a big production meeting beforehand. So we met a lot of new people, and these girls came up to me and they were like, oh my gosh, you look just like Miss Rachel. Oh, they're right. Welcome. I love watching people go in pairs. So fun.
So fun.
You know what?
So fun. I'm so glad to be on today. Thank you.
Forgot to debrief in the car. What a day.
What a day.
It was so long, not in a bad way.
The day was long, but it was exciting. Like, you knew at the end of the day that you were gonna have an entire cast.
We have got a fierce cast. Seeing all their headshots out on the table was like such a moment. It's always such a
It
moment,
is,
but
yeah.
just imagining what it's gonna be like when all that incredible talent comes together is so exciting. But we are literally loony bin right now. Like, we are going nutty. We're so delusional. It's like 11 p.m. We need to get up at like 6
Latest.
at the latest. That's gonna be brutal. We're all packed for Maine. That's crazy. It's go time, baby. We'll see you at LAX bright and early. We are saying goodbye to my little baking workstation and headed to the real thing. Just look. It's 5:21 a.m. Let's go to Maine. Rehearsal day 1. Cheers. Can you say subscribe?
That was perfect.
That's perfect.
Wow.
Wow.
Picturesque.